Hello, my name is Matthew Newnham, and I'm speaking to you from Edinburgh, Scotland. And I guess the theme really for just sharing a little bit about me is all about the power of stories. And I mean authentic stories, by the way. I started off on a career plan, a life plan, I suppose, where I wanted to live a very inspiring story of being a fighter pilot and then go on to become an astronaut. It turned out that I've got a cataract in each eye, so that didn't pan out, although I did get to fly fast jets for a while, and that was pretty exciting. But in the end, life has its reasons, or you at the very least deal with the cards you dealt, and I feel I've been extremely lucky to have had the experiences I've had. I moved from that kind of heady environment to one which was a lot more, shall we say, ordinary. And I worked in the IT environment in financial services and in particular banking for the best part of 20 years. Now that didn't really light me up, but it did give me the grounding for being able to understand the plans and the visions that people had for launching various products and taking on various kind of programs to improve the business, and put me in the spot where I was asked to help describe what was going on, make sense to other people in a way that hopefully would get them on board and help them to sort of rally around what we were trying to do. And I found along the way that there were things that really kind of inspired me, like launching exciting new projects and hopefully consumer champion style offerings that might help people have a much easier time in the marketplace. And this was years before kind of banking went through such a kind of turbulent time and the whole kind of financial crisis thing. But along the way, of course, unless you operate in an entire bubble, you are exposed to other influences. And in my case, I got to see more and more of the entrepreneurial world as I kind of bumped into other folk who were doing different things. And that was a whole lot more interesting and exciting to me. I had already taken part in a number of new product launches and so on, and it was a natural progression to get excited about what other people were doing. And by sort of 1999, I got involved in some of my own entrepreneurial launches in the dot-com era and beyond. And I just found that a natural environment where we could come up with an idea, test it out in the marketplace, and do our very best to make something that would make a difference for customers and be pretty exciting for everybody concerned. And then in 2006, things took an even more exciting turn, and that's when I found out about social enterprises, or as they're also known, social businesses. And those are businesses where we can explicitly aim for making a wider social contribution from what we create in the marketplace and the success that we achieve financially, being able to sort of build into that a way to give back. And that's what really lights me up. So out of that kind of initial inspiration to kind of serve my country through the armed forces, through kind of pretty boring times to much more interesting times, came that upswing into the work that I do these days, which is to hopefully try and put some soul and some energy back into businesses and find the really inspiring stories that aren't necessarily the ones that come to mind immediately, but they're there if we look for them. And the beauty of this is that we can avoid all that kind of cheesy marketing that most of us hate, and the hard sell kind of, the high pressure sales techniques that we also don't like. And I think as a consequence, we can do great work in the world, we can be inspired and fulfilled, and we can make a difference. And I think that's just a wonderful thing to work in. I feel privileged to meet people all the time who feel and think the same way. And if you do feel free to look me up on Facebook or LinkedIn or drop me an email. It's been great sharing with you. Hope to connect soon.